Hi guys, it's Anna and welcome back to my channel. So today in this video I'm gonna speak about interview process with Christian Dior. I will tell you about my interview process and I will share with you tips and information which you have to know in order to pass the interview. But before that, you have to know what was my work experience before I got a call for the interview. So I was working in the Middle East, in Dubai, in American department store Bloomingdale's. I had 2 years of experience working with luxury products. And how did I submit my CV? Pretty standard. I went to Christian Dior website, career section, I found a job opportunity which I was interested in and I submitted my CV. After I submitted my CV, passed about 1 to 2 weeks and then I got a phone call from HR. So the first phone call which I got, it was this kind of like selective phone call interview when HR selecting candidates from all the CVs which they received and they're choosing those with who they want to proceed further. So after this phone call passed about 1 week and I got invited for interview in the office. When I got this phone call, I realized that actually I don't know much about the brand. So I came back home, I took a notebook and I started to learn and make notes. I started to learn everything what I could find about the brand. And I will tell you, if I wouldn't do this, I wouldn't pass the interview. Because this interview was a test. It was a test with about 20 questions and I had 20 minutes to answer those questions. There was different type of questions where I had to write the answer, where I had to select the right answer, and where I had to put designers who used to work for Christian Dior in timeline. So I prepared the list of the information which I would recommend you to learn to be prepared for the interview, because this kind of interview you will not have again. If you have a chance, you really have to show yourself, you have to stand out of all other candidates. So, learn about the year when Christian Dior was born. How did he start his career? What was his first creation, by what he got recognized as a fashion designer? Learn about the year when the company was established. Learn about the year when was his first fashion show. As well, learn about the year when was created his first perfume and what was the name of the perfume. Learn about the boutique, when he opened his boutique and what was the story about the boutique, what was the name of the street. So there's an interesting story actually about it, because Christian Dior was a very superstitious man, and when he was choosing the location for the boutique, he was walking on the street and he found a star on the road and he believed that it was a sign, and actually that was the location where he opened his boutique. But learn about that yourself. I believe you can find a lot of information about that story in the internet. Then you have to learn about all designers who used to work in the brand, and you have to know which designer used to work after which. Learn about what each designer brought to the brand, what each designer created, by what each designer was special. Learn about the colors of Dior. So Christian Dior have 4 classic colors. It is beige, grey, powder pink and red. And learn as well about most popular Christian Dior creations, either bags for example. Go to the Christian Dior website and learn name of the bags and story of the most signature bags. Then as well you have to learn about heritage of the brand. So learn what is new look, what is carnation fit, learn what is oblique, polka dots, bar jacket, and as well what is width shape. So width comes from French language, it means 8 and it symbolizes shape of woman body. Then as well learn about codes of Dior. So what is code? It is those small little elements which coming from one to another collection. It is part of heritage of the brand, but I call it codes. So one of the codes of Dior is Lily of the Valley. As I mentioned, because Christian Dior was really superstitious, he believed that Lily of the Valley would bring good luck. So before his fashion show, he used to stitch a flower of Lily of the Valley under the hem of a dress. Then another code of Dior, it is a bee. So most of the time when Christian Dior used to create his collections, he used to sit in the garden and sketch, and he saw a bee, and this bee became one of the quotes of Dior. There's more about the bee, but I will not speak about that in this video because it will be too long. And another quote of Dior, it is a star, that star which we found on the street when he was looking for the location of the boutique. So yeah, and that's pretty much about what I wanted to say for you to learn for this stage of the interview. So in my case, after this test, I passed about 4 to 5 days, and I got a call that I passed the interview, and I was selected for the interview with a store manager. So what I would advise you now, I mean, when you're going for the interview with store manager, go to the boutique, speak to a sales executive, see what is customer service about, what is the atmosphere in the company, what it's like to work in Christian Dior. Besides that, your appearance. When you're coming for the interview with store manager, either director of the boutique, it's really important which kind of impression you will make, because they look at you if you will fit image of the brand. So when it comes to guys, for guys maybe it's much more easier, but for women sometimes we can exaggerate with our appearance. So what I would recommend, don't put too strong makeup, use just their regular makeup, no strong eyeshadows, no dark lipsticks. But if you like and if it suits you, you can put red lipstick, because red lipstick is one of the standards when it comes to makeup in Christian Dior. And then about your accessories. Don't put too flashy, too big, bulky accessories. Small earrings, small ring, watch, small pendant, nothing too flashy. When it comes to your hair, better to keep it close, and when it comes to your outfit, you have to look elegant. No big decolletes and no too short dresses. Then speaking about the interview with store manager itself. So my interview was about 30 to 40 minutes, which is a normal duration of interview. In the beginning, she asked me, pretty standard, she was going through my CV, where did I work, for how long, responsibilities. But what you have to know going through this stage of interview, you have to show yourself as a confident person. You have to show yourself that you know what you want and you are goal-oriented. You have to speak about loyal customers if you have any. If you don't have loyal customers, at least you have to show that you know how to create loyal customers. I will speak about that a little bit later, step by step. As well, if you have clients database, you have to mention about that, because it's super important. It is important not only retail, but it's important in any other business when it comes to sales, because if you have loyal customers, you can bring loyal customer from one to another business, and it will be what the person who interview you will value in your candidacy. Then speak about teamwork. You have to have prepared good example of from your retail background, when you used to work with your team members and you managed to achieve great results when it comes to customer service and the numbers in the end. You have to know what is cross-sale, upsell and outstanding customer service. I will not speak about these terms one by one. You can find definition of each term in Google itself. But beside that, the manager who will interview you might ask to give some example of your work situation where you was doing cross-sale, upsell, either outstanding customer service. So yeah, after this interview, I passed another couple of days, and then I got a call from the HR again. She told me that I passed this interview and I'm selected for the last interview with director of the boutique. This interview was, I would say, the easiest one, but I mean, you cannot relax. It was my case, but your case could be different. So she asked me again, where did I work, for how long did I work, what is my responsibilities, and in the end she asked me about consistency. What do I mean by consistency when it comes to work in retail? So she wanted to know how often do I follow up with my customers. I mean by that, how often do I call them to make birthday wishes, either Christmas wishes, either how often do I call them to inform them about news in the boutique. I remember when I used to work in Bloomingdale's, my floor manager, she told me that each of us, we have to have a book with customers. We have to write the number of the phone number of the customer, the name, and all details which we could find during conversation with the customer. How many kids she has, when is her birthday, what is her size of the shoe, what is her size of her clothes, any kind of details. Because when customers come to the boutique and they realize that you remember things about them, that's something what buy them out. So yeah, in the end of the interview with our director of the boutique, she told me that she think I passed the interview. She made a comment about my lipstick because I had a kind of brownish lipstick, and she said that it is not by the standards of Christian Dior, and in future I shouldn't wear such a brown lipstick. And yeah, after this stage I passed about 3 days and I got a call that I was offered a job. So yeah guys, if you liked the video, if you found it helpful, I would really appreciate if you subscribe my channel and put a thumb up for this video. It will motivate me to create more videos and helpful information for you.